Okay guys, so this is the review video. I'm going to talk about some questions that we didn't have time to talk about and some questions that I got from students. Okay, so the first question is question number 11 from the review exercise. The question says a ladder 13 meters long is placed against the vertical wall and reaches a height of 12 meters. If the top of the ladder slides 4 meters down the wall, how far will the foot of the ladder slide? Correct the answer to 3 significant figures. So when you see anything like a right triangle, you know it has to do something with Pythagorean theorem. So this is clearly a question that we need to use Pythagorean theorem. Let's see why. Okay, so we're given that the ladder, so this is 13 meters long, right? And the wall here, this is 12 meters. And because this is definitely a triangle, this is definitely a right angle, we know that we need to use the Pythagorean theorem, right? Because the ladder, the wall, and the floor, these three sides actually formed a right triangle, right? And we know that this side is 12, this side is 13. What about this side? So the first step, we need to find the length of the floor or the X. So by Pythagorean theorem, x squared plus 12 squared is equal to 13 squared. And we know 12 squared is 144, 13 squared is 139, I think. Oh, sorry, 169. The difference will be 25. So x squared is 25. And that means x is 5, right? So technically here, x can be either positive or negative 5. But because we're dealing with something in real life, x cannot be negative. That's why x can only be positive 5 here. Okay. So x is 5. So that's the first step we need to do, right? And the question says, if the top of the ladder slides 4 meters down the wall, how far will the foot of the ladder slide? That means here, this is 4 meters, right? And we need to find here. Let's call this y, right? I hope you guys noticed that after the ladder slides down, we actually have a new right triangle, which is this one. This is also a right triangle, right? And because we know this is 12 and we know that this is 4, then what about here? So the height of this new right triangle will be 12 minus 4, which is 8. Right? And we know this is 8. What else do we know? We know the ladder, the length of the ladder doesn't change, right? The ladder just slides down, but the length of the ladder doesn't change, which means this side of the triangle is still 13 meters. This is still 13 meters, right? which means we can find this side of the triangle, right? This is also Pythagorean theorem. So for the new right triangle, -12 minus 4 squared, that's here. That's this side, right? Because this is 12, this is 12, this is 4. So we know that this side is 8, right? Plus we know this side, we can express this side by y plus 5, right? I mean, there are other expressions. You can choose any of them, like, but this is what I do here. Square is equal to 13 squared, right? That means y plus 5 squared is equal to 169 minus 64, because 12 minus 4 is 8. 8 squared is 64. So that would be 105, right? And now we need to find the square root of 105. So y plus 5 is equal to the square root of 105, which is square root 10.25, 10.25, 10.247. And now we can find y. Y is equal to 10.247 minus 5, which is 5.247 meters. That means if the ladder slides down by 4 meters, the foot of the ladder will slide by 5.247 meters. That's how we solve this question. Okay, now we're going to talk about question number 2 from week 7 homework. I saw a lot of mistakes, so I want to talk about this. Okay, there are a few things